Hey everyone, it's another Sunday Musings, and today I thought I'd be somewhere else in the office rather than sitting at my computer, which is, where I normally film these. Today I thought I'd stand by our network diagram. It's kind of our block diagram for the new server that we're preparing to put all the extra content on, because we are going through hard drives super fast because we're generating so much content, and so we're upgrading the server in a couple of weeks. Very exciting. Anyway, that's not what I want to talk to you about today. What I want to talk to you about today is what it would take for you to stop using your car. Not necessarily to stop using your car to run errands at the weekend, but what would it take to stop you using your car to get to and from work or to and from school? I've been giving it quite a lot of thought lately, because one of the biggest challenges that face us as we boldly go into the future of mobility is that while we've got all of these new technologies coming to market, the challenge is not building these technologies, it's getting people to use them. And there was a study this week that suggests that Uber and Lyft actually make congestion worse because people stop taking public transport and start taking Ubers and Lyfts instead. And so congestion is increased, which increases pollution. And yes, in an ideal world, everyone would be driving a zero-emission vehicle or using some other form of zero-emission transportation. But we don't live in that world yet. We're not there yet. And some parts of the world have truly amazing public transit systems. Some cities have great public transit, other cities not so much. Other parts of the world are very good with cycling. They have good cycling incentives to get people onto bicycles, which of course is better for people's health than sitting in a car. And so I want to know what you personally would need before you left your car keys at home and used an alternative form of commuting to get to work. It could be bus, it could be train, it could be bicycle, it could be scooter. But I want to know what you would need to see in your local area and how you'd like to see it accomplished in order for you to go, yeah, I really don't need to sit in my big car in traffic to get to work when I'm the only person in the car. Personally, for me, there are two things that I would need to see, and actually I'm in the process of trying to arrange some articles and videos this year that discuss multimodal transportation. For me, I would need to feel I had the time to actually physically jump on a bicycle and cycle where I wanted to go. I would also need to feel that the local roads in my neighborhood were safe enough for me to cycle on. And that would mean more bicycle paths and more education and maybe more enforcement of traffic law for motorists who ignore bicyclists. And I know what you're thinking. You live in Portland, home of the fixie bike, bikers' rights, that Portlandia episode. It's true, actually. And downtown Portland is great for bicycles, but if you go out into the suburbs, it's a less ideal situation. So I would need to see more cycle paths and more provision for bicycles. Now, I am lucky in that as much as buses here in America, certainly in this area, have bicycle racks on the front. So you can put your bike on the front, but there's only 2 racks. So if, somebody is already using those racks, then you're boned. The other thing that I would like to see more of is a transit system that's easier to use. The buses in my local area still remain a mystery. I can understand the Max. I know what times the Max runs. I know how to get on and get the tickets, but the buses seem to be a law unto themselves. My daughter seems to navigate them pretty well, but every time I've tried, it's always been a disaster. I know that my experience is not representative of everybody else's in America. I know that my experience is not representative of everyone else's in the world. So I want to hear from you guys what your local transportation solutions are that don't involve your personal car, motorbike, van, SUV, whatever. And I want to know what you would need personally to see in order for you to leave your car at home. Because when we leave our personal vehicles at home and choose an alternative way of commuting, we can actually help reduce congestion. And that makes a big impact on total emissions on a daily basis. So if we're all using public transport, some of you may say it's about cost. Some of you may say it's about timing or not having the service you want. So leave it in the comments below. Let me know. Let's start a conversation, because this year I want Transport Evolved to be not just about electric cars, electric bikes, electric motorbikes. I want it to be about changing the way that we feel we should use transportation, changing our attitudes towards transportation, acknowledging that we don't always need to use our own cars to get around. And so let's start this conversation. I'm already working on some projects later this year that I hope will come to fruition very soon, and we can munge those together, and hopefully we'll have a final solution or a good kind of picture of what the world will be like if we all had all of our ducks in a row and we could change the way we commute and work and travel. As usual, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, bash the notification bell, and as usual, if you want to support us using Patreon, Ko-fi, or by buying something from our swag shop, please do. We are currently in the process of raising about $2,500 so that we can upgrade the server, so that we can edit more videos more quickly. A lot of our challenges at the moment isn't necessarily because we don't have enough staff, but because, you know, we're sitting around waiting for videos to be edited. And at the moment, the setup we've got 2 computers and we can work with 2 editors at once. We'd like to expand that so we can bring more people on board. So if you can help us, please do. I'll be back next week as usual with more content, but until then, I hope that the rest of your day goes as splendidly as mine has. And until next time, keep evolving.